Welcome back to the show. And next, I'm going to be talking about a blockbuster trade that happened in Major League Baseball over the weekend. The two teams involved were the Boston Red Sox and the Los Angeles Dodgers. In this deal, it saw the Red Sox trade Adrian Gonzalez, Nick Punto, Josh Beckett, and Carl Crawford to the Dodgers for Alan Webster, Ruby De La Russa, Jerry Sands, Ivan DeJesus, and James Loney. Now, this is a blockbuster deal. It actually is named the biggest salary cap dump in all of sports history. It saw a $262.5 million salary cut cleared by the Boston Red Sox. Now, in just looking at what these players have done for the respectable teams, the first off, the Boston Red Sox, who are currently 61 and 67, that is fourth in the AL East, is trying to get into the last wild card spot in the American League. The Dodgers, on the other hand, are looking for that final push that they need to get into the playoffs. And I do believe that this trade has helped them get that necessary push to get into the playoffs. They are currently 69 and 59. That is equal to second in the NL West. And for the Dodgers, when they received Adrian Gonzalez at his first plate appearance, he hit a two-run shot into right center in his first at bat. For the other guys, for the Dodgers, when these players were on the Dodgers team, De La Rosa pitched in only one game, and he had an ERA of 27 and only lasted 2 1/3 innings. But this is a guy that's been a respectable pitcher. He has great style, great poise, and he looks to be getting a little bit of help from the pitching staff. He is a newcomer, so he'll see plenty of time in Boston, which will really help him develop his skills. Also, James Loney, who had a 254 batting average with 85 hits and 33 RBIs and 23 walks. This is a guy that's able to be in the lineup almost every day and help out with his club and be able to get on base when needed. DeJesus had a 273 average and had 9 hits and 4 RBIs. He's another newcomer. Boston actually saw a lot of help from this, getting a lot of younger guys, guys that will be able to play for Boston in years to come and really help out the struggling ball club. The Boston Red Sox, like I said, cleared up a ton of salary cap, but are also trying to rebuild. This is a organization that saw guys like Theo Epstein and Terry Francona leave. They had the big the big thing with the bullpen, drinking in the bullpen during games. So this club has a lot of controversy over the past couple of years, and I think them trying to step into the right direction is also having to kind of dump some guys that did have a bit of a time there. The only guy that is still there from the 2004 championship team is David Ortiz. Now, David Ortiz has been on the DL for most of the season, and he actually did just suffer a setback due to a wrist injury that is keeping him sidelined. But he is also in the later stages of his career, and looking past that, they do need another first baseman, a guy that can play an everyday position and be able to really focus on helping this team. But also, there have been a lot of controversies this season as well. Bobby Valentine, who replaced Terry Francona, who retired after last season. has really stepped up, and I wouldn't say I would say he's lived up to his name. Bobby Valentine has always been a guy that's been sort of an outgoing, very talkative person, likes to say what's on his mind. And earlier in the season, in fact, in April, when the season had only like 3 weeks into it, Bobby V called out Kevin Youkilis, saying that he just wasn't into the game physically and mentally. Um, this is a guy that struggled in past years, but has also helped out the club, getting the home runs when need be, getting base hits and the clutch situations, and he's really been a fan favorite for many of these Boston fans. But he eventually was traded at the deadline to Chicago White Sox, and since then has come back a couple times to Boston to play against the Red Sox, and has gotten nothing but fan praise, and he really shows that he is a fan favorite. But when this all went down, Dustin Pedroia uh, publicly had said that this isn't the way that Boston runs things. You don't publicly call out players. And I think Bobby V, who is just trying to step in and really take charge and really go on his terms, rather than everybody who is used to Terry Francona's terms. Bobby V wanted to bring about what he wanted to do, and I think that was a start off, but it wasn't in the right direction. It wasn't intended to be the right thing, and I think it really hurt him for that. Then just this past couple weeks, there have been numerous talks about how Bobby Valentine may not even make it the rest of the season. The Red Sox, who again, like I said, are trying to get that final wild card spot, which this is the first year that there's going to be two wild card teams in the playoffs. There's going to be a one-game playoff spot, or one-game playoff, where the two wild card teams will play each other, and then the winner of that goes on and plays as the wild card team. Now, the Red Sox, like I said, who have been having trouble lately, they are fourth in the American League East, where the Yankees are just taking over. And not mistaken, I believe they are either first or second with the best record in the excuse me, they're either first or second in the league with the best record. And for Boston, they had to get something going. And there's been a lot of talk about how Bobby Valentine, his direction isn't right. He doesn't voice his opinion enough with the game. Doesn't really manage the game the right way. Players see differently compared to what managers see it, and a lot of the players have been going to Boston's GM about Bobby Valentine and maybe trying to get him either fired or maybe not have the option to take him in 2013. But some of those guys that talked to the GM were actually involved in this trade that happened over the weekend. Some of those guys were Adrian Gonzalez, Carl Crawford, and Josh Beckett. Now, I'm not too sure, and I don't want to speculate, but it seems to me that the Red Sox, they overall their front office has a liking to Bobby Valentine, or else they wouldn't have, in a way, stuck up for him by getting rid of the players that talked badly about him, or helping get rid of the guy that Bobby Valentine had called out, saying that he wasn't a part of this team in the future and things of that nature. But I don't see Bobby Valentine being the answer for the Red Sox. I think his style is a lot different than what fans are used to. That's obvious, but it's just Bobby Valentine has a different system, and I don't think it works in Boston. Um, he has shown that he's been a great manager at times. He did take the New York Mets to the World Series against the New York Yankees, if you recall back when that was a Subway Series in the earlier 2000 decade. But also, he just has a different style that's all too familiar with different guys, and it's not familiar with the Red Sox themselves. Now, it may get it may take a little time to get used to, but I think that if they really want Bobby Valentine to stay, which Bobby Valentine has gone on record saying that he does have a contract for a 2013 season and that he has been told that he'll be back, but I just don't see him being that guy in Boston. I'm looking at other managers who could potentially be on the market, and I think one of those guys could be the Chicago White Sox manager, or if the Phillies want to dump Manuel, and if he would like to take on at least another year in his career, I think that would be a great spot for him. So just the Red Sox again are the true winner in this, dumping $262.5 million from their salary cap. But I think they are a long-term winner, as in the Dodgers are the short-term winner in this, getting two good bats in Adrian Gonzalez and Carl Crawford. Crawford, who is going to be out for probably the rest of the season, is getting Tommy John surgery, but with Gonzalez and Beckett, it looks like the Dodgers will be able to make that final push for the World Series. Up next, I'm going to talk about the Bills, Buffalo Bills, who are coming off a loss on Saturday. I'll have more details on that.